What are you doing?
580, my car was stolen. Track my car.
On the night of May 13th, 2023, police in Winter Haven, Florida, responded to a 911 call from the employees at a local Amscot, reporting that a man threw a rock through their window, then entered the business and threw another rock at the teller's glass, which thankfully didn't shatter. Officers arriving on scene thought the suspect had already escaped, but as it turns out, he was closer than they ever could have imagined.
All right, what happened tonight?
Okay, I was doing my closing procedures out in the lobby, and I was finishing mopping, and as I was leaving, I heard a knock on the door, and usually customers do that, and then they realize we're closed, and they usually walk away. But then he aggressively knocked, and I vested out to me because usually I don't have that happen. So I entered, and I let my leader know that, you know, this guy was knocking aggressively. And then I was going on about my closing procedures, and I dumped out my mop bucket. And then I heard my leader yell out of nowhere. And then I come out and I'm confused, and then I just see a random customer come in, and I'm thinking like, oh, he, like, you know, got the door open, but I didn't see the glass, and I didn't hear the glass either. I was pouring my bucket out. And then I left one of our doors unlocked, so I ran to lock that one real quick. And then we stood down, and he threw the rock at our window 11. And then we ducked down and called 911.
Do you know what the subject looked like?
He was a black male, around 5'9", 5'11", around that area. Weighed about 180 pounds. He had a gray t-shirt on. I couldn't see the bottom half of his body, but I think he was wearing like sweats or something.
Okay, how did he leave? Do you know? Or exit the building?
I didn't see that part because I locked the door, and then I just saw him leave, and then I ducked down. So I didn't know where he left, but he looked crazy.
So black male, gray t-shirt, possibly black shorts. He leave on foot?
Yeah, he had to. He looked like he was on drugs.
Okay, but he went this way?
It's like he went that way.
What are you doing?
While the officer was gathering statements from employees, an unknown figure suddenly appeared just outside the store. But before the officer could respond, what happened next was nothing short of unthinkable.
Go for it.
I don't know. 580, my car was stolen. Track my car. Tell us where it's at.
Down the ground! Turn over! Turn over! Turn over!
Go get my dog. Somebody go to my car right now.
I can't get anywhere. Whiskey 706, we've got a lot of signal 4s. We need EMS. He stole a cop car.
We got him. Good.
After racing to put an end to the carnage caused by the unknown man, later identified as the suspect in this case, 20-year-old Menelik Jarrett, who left behind not just broken windows, but an absolute disaster of a crime scene. With police facing enough chaos already, nearby bystanders step in to give their 2 cents on the situation.
You can watch all you want, ma'am. Nobody hit him, ma'am. Thank you very much. It don't matter.
Ours, right here. Ours.
Put him on the car. No, let me tell you get EMS up. All right, take a seat. Watch your hands, okay? Watch your hands. Roll the window up. Roll the window down. Move your leg over, man. Move your leg over. There you go, right there. The dog okay? What do you need, man? You need it?
Cracked?
Yeah, I saw this. This is what I saw.
Because it was cracked, that's why he pushed it. He hit it, and then he ran in. Yeah.
Once police were certain the scene was secure, with the suspect now detained in a squad car, their attention quickly shifts to tending to the innocent victims who were left to deal with the horrific aftershock of this situation.
Are you okay? What's wrong? What hurts?
Nothing hurts.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Deep breath in.
I'm sorry. I'm an EMT myself.
No, you're okay.
Did someone steal your car?
Don't mind, but yes, ma'am.
Someone's car.
So,
It scared the shit out of me.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
My door was unlocked. It was cracked open. He pushed it open clearly where he cracked the window and then reached in and looked because it wasn't locked. It was locked.
How many do we have involved in the crash? I know we have 3.
2 here, 5.
Okay, so just collecting that info. Can you collect from these folks? There's a witness in the Jeep. Yes! Okay! Hey!
Got my pants back.
Yep. All right. Hi, husband. I'm Officer Pigeon. What's your name?
911's on the phone with me.
911. Oh, sorry.
They called me because I called.
Hey, look at me. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. What are they saying? Can you tell me what they're saying?
She just asked if you guys were with me.
Yes, ma'am. Officer Pigeon's here.
I'll put it on speaker.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hold on,
All right. And husband's on the phone?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you injured anywhere?
Hi, this is Officer Pigeon. I'm here with your wife.
Yes.
Yes. She's good. She's breathing. She's just a little worked up, and we've got her.
So what happened? I hear sirens, but I was just sitting at the stoplight, and then next thing I know, I just get hit, like full on hit by a police car. But it was the guy who stole the cop car.
Yeah, in his hand.
Is it your left hand or your right hand?
It's in my left hand. I'm losing with it.
Face the car?
Once proper care was provided to the victims, police finally caught a break to learn key facts about the case. When a witness drove herself to the police station to inform detectives about what she witnessed from the very beginning of this devastating night.
All right, Miss Clifton, what happened tonight?
I was facing towards like the racetrack. I was front car in the line. Heard sirens. Saw another patrol car come through. In my head, I was like looking to see where the patrol cars were turning. Mm-hmm. I looked back and just saw that they were going straight. Next thing I know, I hear sirens. Or I look up in my rear mirror and I see the flashing lights. And I look and I just see a patrol car, boom, 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 like plowing through cars. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a police car. And it kept going. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I saw the patrol car, I moved my car forward as not to get hit by the guy behind me. And I looked in my side mirror and saw the patrol car still moving, and you could see the smoke from the tires. And I rolled down my window and I could hear like screeching sound. At that point, you could still hear the patrol car like crashing, and I looked to my left and he's still crashing into the cars, and then just saw him turn going to the left, hit the curb, saw like a spark. It stopped, and in my mind I'm thinking, oh my god, an officer like maybe had a heart attack or something like that. So I pull around and I'm facing a few feet back behind it. I go to get out of my car, and then I'm still hearing sirens coming towards me, and I'm like looking around. Next thing I know, I see the black male get out of the car, walk over to a patrol car, try to open the passenger door. Then he went back around, got onto the sidewalk. I just remember at that point looking at him and then seeing, all law enforcement descending on him, and I was like, he was looking in front of the car to steal.
The victim struck by the stolen police car was promptly taken to Winter Haven Health to be treated for minor injuries. I'm happy to report that she made a full recovery. As for the suspect, Menelek Jarrett, he was also treated at the hospital before being booked into the Polk County Jail, facing felony counts of burglary of a structure, causing more than $1,000 in damages, attempted burglary of a conveyance without causing injury, burglary of a conveyance without causing injury, grand theft of a motor vehicle, reckless driving causing injury and property damage, and resisting arrest without violence. Jarrett also faces misdemeanor charges for leaving the scene of an accident and knowingly driving while his license is suspended. Menelek entered a no contest plea on all charges, but was adjudicated guilty on all counts and was sentenced to 14 and a half years imprisonment, followed by 7 years of probation. He was also ordered to pay $1,274 in court fees.